What's going on, guys? I'm Alex Powers. Just finishing up the workout here. So I just want to get on here and talk about a couple things. So I posted a video, or not a video, a story picture on my Instagram dealing with motivation. Okay, and anyway, I just wanted to get right into this and just kind of say, look, during quarantine, the number one thing that I'm seeing with every single one of my clients is lack of motivation, okay? So back when I was playing basketball, this is kind of like in my post that I had put up. We can put like a little thing right here in the video so you can see which one I'm talking about, so you can go read it. But essentially I talk about like when I was playing basketball, okay? When I was playing basketball, I played for 18 years. I was relentless. Like, all I wanted to do was get better. Any way, shape, or form I could. I was putting up hundreds, if not making 1,000 shots a day towards the end of high school and into college. So, and I did that for days, weeks, months, years. You know, and in my mind, the better I could shoot, the better I could handle the basketball, the better everything else. Like, the more likely it was I was going to be able to play, make teams, and everything else. You know, every single time I got cut, I used it as motivation. So whether it was me getting cut, you know, in high school, college, like whatever it was, I kept going. Like, it just was like, okay, well, screw you, your opinion doesn't matter. I'm going to go work my ass off until I'm better than every single person on your team. So, and I did that relentlessly. I kept going, I kept practicing, you know, and I never took no for an answer. Well, you know, when it comes to training, like all personal trainers, anybody that's watching this video that is a trainer, we can all attest to this, okay? So, you know, when we first have our initial sit down or whatever it is, application, interview, whatever it is, you know, obviously, like, you're coming to us for a goal. What's your goal? You want to do X, Y, or Z. You want to lose 15 pounds, 20 pounds, 50 pounds, 100 pounds, you have a shoulder injury, you have a back injury, whatever, right? So if you are really serious about that and you're telling me that you want it, like, in my mind, like, you're going to work for it. So, but the first thing that comes to my mind is like, but really, like, how bad do you want that? So then I typically ask, you know, and I typically say, you know, what do you want to achieve? Okay, you want to do this. Okay, well, how bad do you want it? What is you doing that going to do for you? And if you don't do it, then what is it going to do for you or continue to do? You know, typically they give me an answer, yada, yada. You know, we get going and everything else, and whether it's one workout, two workouts, it could be months, it could be years, whatever it may be. You know, let's say you get going and everything, like, the working out part is easy. You know, you'll probably make it through that. You know, I start everybody where their level is at. I'm going to push you a little bit, but I'm going to give you a little bit just to kind of get you to feel this and get used to what it's like to train, okay? So, you know, you go through your session and everything, and you'll be fine. Like, you might be a little sore just because you're not used to working the muscles that I'm having you work. You know, how I train is I get people to do things and use muscles that they're not necessarily used to using, and them actually activating the proper way. Typically, everybody walks in like this with their shoulders up to their ears, you know, getting that mid to lower trap to sit down and back, getting people's glutes to fire, their hamstrings and everything else. You know, it's a main focus for 90% of people. Okay, then there's other people that come in, long story. I'm not gonna bore you with it. But, so somebody comes in, you know, they get through the training session, whatever. You know, they go to eat, they're on course for X, Y, Z, whatever. And then when they go to, you know, they hang out with this person or their spouse or whatever, they go off their nutrition for a little bit and they're just like, you know what, screw it. Like, I already messed up, I'm done. Like, I just messed up and I ruined the whole thing. Then they go overboard even more and then get farther away, right? So then I'm like, dude, like, you told me you wanted this, yada, 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 et cetera, et cetera. The one thing that, like, always comes back to me, this is a line from Batman, I actually have it in the post, is, you know, if you guys remember in Batman Begins, like, not that you guys all saw that movie, but long story short, he said, like, when Bruce falls down into the well, his dad comes down and saves him, and, you know, Bruce is freaking out because all the bath and everything, and he says, why did we fall, Bruce? So then we can learn to pick ourselves up. So the reason you make mistakes, the reason all these things happen is so then you can learn, you can get better from them, and you can only improve, right? Okay, so you make a mistake. So you go a little bit overboard, or you have this cheat meal. Okay, bounce right back on the horse. Like, you don't got to get down on it and go overboard and eat yourself into misery and everything else, or, you know, do things that you know are going to aggravate the injury that you have, or whatever it may be. Like, so many people just, as soon as they fall off the bandwagon, they're like, ah, screw it, like, I'm done, like, this is over, yada, yada, yada. They could be a meal in, they could be 7 days in, they could be 6 months in. Like, you're working towards a goal. If you're really serious about it, then you're going to find a way. If not, you're just going to continue to find an excuse. So the thing is, to me, is like, if you are really truthfully relentless about what it is you want to achieve, you'll find a way to do it. Okay, be the 20-year-old me. Be the kid that was down in the park shooting on the double rims and not moving to the next spot until he made 10 in a row. You know, be the person that's so committed to your shit that, you know, after 10 days you're like, okay, I can have one cheat meal, but then I'm right back on the horse. Like, be so into your goal that, like, you don't let any negative, you know, talk from the outside, or even negative inside thoughts that are really somebody else's voice from whatever, bring you down. You know what I mean? The reason you self-sabotage is really because you have a mental scar from somewhere really deep within and everything else. Until you confront that and overcome that, like, it sounds so cheesy and so cliche, but like, when you actually take a step back and you, okay, so like, if you have a really deep mental scar with something, whether it's public speaking, whether it's, you know, putting yourself out there a little bit because, you know, this ex told you were stupid, or yada yada yada, or like, if you answer this question, somebody told you were dumb as a kid, like, whatever it may be, like, you have to overcome that. So, you know, when you have this goal and it's like that carrot, like, dangling in front of your head, like, whatever this wall is here between you and the carrot, like, you got to go through that shit. Like, you dealt with those issues a while ago. Like, you have to confront that issue to get to that carrot. That's really what that wall is, right? So whatever it is that problem is that you have, that like internal, like, like, I'm freaking out, I'm stressed and everything else, like, this is the stuff that should be fun. This is your hobby. This is your recreation. This is what is your fun time. You know what I mean? Like, when you become an adult, it's like, holy shit, I got responsibilities, I got kids, I got this and I got that. Like, that's all well and good, but, you know, and you have to take care of those things. I'm not saying, like, don't go to work, don't do that. Like, you know, during this time, it's COVID-19 era and everything else. It's crazy. But the thing is, though, is like, you have to stay motivated. Like, if those goals are really what you want, then you wouldn't let anything get in the way. I'm not saying that, you know, kid shit doesn't come up and everything else. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, though, is if you fall off the bandwagon, guess what? You're right back on the next time you have the opportunity, and you just keep it rolling. You can't get down on yourself. Like, gyms are closed, okay? Like, I understand, like, I'm in here and everything else, but it's not the same without you guys, you know what I mean? I'm lacking motivation myself, but the thing is, I keep telling myself, like, I have a goal, like, I'm trying to do something, I'm trying to achieve something, and that is, like, de-stress myself, like, this is, like, some me time and stuff like that. This is creating content for you guys. I'm building out an entirely new program online that I'm going to be talking about here in the near future. Like, all this stuff I'm doing, right? So this is like my kind of getaway, like, this is like my de-stress and everything else, but then also, like, I'm trying to work on myself. Like, I have my own injuries and stuff like that. I have a separated shoulder. Like, I'm trying to get my squat form better. I'm trying to do a lot of different things that I'm still achieving while being in here. And even if I was at home, I would still be able to do it. I just have to do it differently. And I have done workouts at home, and I've done workouts outside and everything else. I've had to do that. You know what I mean? It hasn't always been convenient to come here. Like, I haven't always had that luxury, I guess, to do that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, though, like, even though you're just at home, guess what? You still have your body weight. There's bands that you can get. The majority of you guys have dumbbells and stuff like that. You guys all have access to that stuff. So you guys can still do the same shit that you guys were doing in the gym, but at home, right? So your goals really don't go away. They just get shifted a little bit. Okay, like, you want to do this, or I want to do a pull-up, or I want to be able to do 50 push-ups. I want to lose this amount of weight. Guess what? Nothing really changed outside of the fact that you really can't really do much outside of your house. Okay, you can still go to the grocery store, you can still eat right, you can still all do those things. So if that goal is really that important to you, if that carrot is really what you want, that wall right there doesn't matter. That wall is an illusion that's in your head. Okay? And I know it's easier said than done, because, like, what I'm saying right now, you guys are, oh man, screw that, it doesn't work that way. I get it. I've been there. Like I said, I wanted to play basketball so bad. I wanted to play at a high level and everything else, and I kept going as far as what I could. Here, fitness-wise, I kept going as far as what I could. You know what I mean? And I'm still going, and I'm still trying to achieve, and I'm still trying to grow, and I'm still trying to help more people. The thing is like, even whatever it is you want to do goal-wise, whatever it is, period, you will find a way. You will find a way, okay? So whether it's today, tomorrow, as soon as you decide to make your mind up, that is when you will figure it out that all of this stuff is just here, and it's a luxury, and it's something that, like, when it does open back up, is it going to help you get there maybe a little bit quicker? Yeah, possibly, because the motivation, the people, and the culture, and everything else. I feel that. I know. But when it comes down to it, the ultimate thing is you. The thing that is going to drive you is that thing deep in here that, like, you really want that carrot, right? That thing that, like, you would do, like, whatever your dream was when you were a kid, like if you wanted to be this or you wanted to be that, take that same passion and put it towards your goal. Like, if you don't reach this, your 5-year-old self or your 10-year-old self or whatever it is going to be disappointed in you or going to be frustrated because you couldn't achieve that. Like you have to get your mind there. Like, as soon as you get your mind there, it's easy. Like, I'm not saying you're going to be motivated 24/7. You're going to want to run through every wall and everything else. That's not what I'm getting at, because that's impossible. If you are, you're going to burn yourself out. I guarantee in like 6-7 months max. I was there, trust me. No, but you take what it is you want and your passion, and you just go towards it. Do something small every single day that you can do to get better. Whether it's writing down a to-do list, preparing your nutrition the day before, preparing your workout the day before. I'm going to work out from this time to this time. On my lunch break, I'm going to go take a 10-minute walk, and then I'm going to go do these 5 body weight exercises with this tempo to make it challenging, because Alex showed me that in the one video, and yada yada. I'm going to order these bands from Elite FTS because I don't have any dumbbells at my house, but I can get these bands so I can challenge myself, and I can do this and I can do that. Like, if you don't do that stuff, you're just going to get further and further behind. Like, ultimately, you should be better at coming out of quarantine than what you went in, because now you're isolated. You don't have another excuse. There's no social settings. There's no, oh, like I went to the movies and I ate like 20 bags of Skittles or something. Like, you don't have that now. Like, really, you have everything that you've needed this entire time during this time, and I hope that you haven't just pissed it away. All right? So that's how to stay motivated. You have to be relentless. You have to be passionate about it. You have to truly want it, because if you don't really want it, you're going to find every single excuse and every single pillar that can constantly throw out there and block yourself from really achieving it. All right, guys, until next time, I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for listening. Like, subscribe, turn on the post notifications. Follow me on Instagram, Alex J. Powers, in the gym, The Power Motion. We're going to be coming back hard, and I can't wait for all of you guys to be in here. I miss you guys. This is going to be amazing once everybody's back in here. It's going to be a little different and everything, I'm sure. But once we're back in here, man, it's going to be a game changer. I can't wait. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys watching. See you next time.